Right guys, so today I've been invited by Sega to come to their Sega offices in this insane car because today we're going to be playing Sonic Racing at their studios. Isn't that right, Sonic?
I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you take Sonic for a proper spin in that car? Well, legally, I wasn't allowed to drive the car anywhere apart from the parking lot. So instead, Sonic took me inside to show me the ropes of his brand new game, Team Sonic Racing. There's no speed limits in there, so much more fun. So I did originally play this game along with the devs, but the audio is a little bit funky. It's hard to hear us, so I'm gonna give you all the points along with the gameplay for Sonic's brand new game. I'm a massive Sonic fan. I'm a massive racing game fan. So the two combined is going to be awesome. Let's take a look at it. So the main difference about Team Sonic Racing comparing it to its previous racing title is that you play in teams now. Teams of 3, which can either be you by yourself with 2 computer players, or you and up to 2 of your friends in one team racing against 3 other teams of 3. So 4 teams, 3 races in each. And then you work together during the course of a race to be able to get points, get special abilities, get weapons, and more importantly, get points so that you can win as a team. So it's no good just one of you finishing in first and then the rest of you at 10 and 12 because your points combine. So even though you had someone that come first, those 2 people at the bottom are going to slow you down. But if you are good at the game when you're playing with 2 people who are new or aren't as good, you can still help them with various different techniques to bump them up the scoreboard. So I guess the first thing we should go over is the character roster. There are so many characters in this game. All your Sonic favorites. We've obviously got Sonic, Knuckles, Tails. We've also got Eggman. We've got the Chow. We've actually got Chows in this game. Metal Sonic, Shadow, and tons more. Each of them have their very own cars, which all look insane. And as you can also see, each of the characters are split into 3 rows, and in those rows, they each have classes, which are power, technique, and speed. And they all have special abilities. For example, the speed ones just generally have faster top speed and faster acceleration, whereas the technique ones are able to do things like just drive over grass, which is really handy. You can cut all them corners with the technique class. Then you can move on to customization. There's 2 different ways to customize. The first one is with different parts. So you can kind of tweak your car to give it more acceleration, less handling, or the opposite with all different parts, which is kind of cool. And then my favorite part, you can customize the colors. So you can go for a wacky scheme, you can go for a normal scheme, you can go for a cool scheme, you can do whatever you want, but then you can apply them to all 3 cars. So you kind of have your own team colors. There's different paints, shiny ones, matte ones, normal ones, but then there's also decals, so you can add stars and fire, and then you can add horns too, like these ones. So as you're looking at the gameplay, we are playing as a team of 3. I'm on the top left, and then the 2 devs are playing on the other screens. And let me just go over a few different ways you can work together in this game. And the first one is that you can pass each other items. So you can pass each other weapons, which are also known as wisps in this game. You collect them and you get stuff like, there's one that's a drill, there's one that just fires like a missile. So for example, if you have a speed boost wisp up front and you don't really need it yet, you can pass it back and trade it with one of your friends that's further down the pack so they can use the speed boost and get you more points by gaining positions. It's actually really cool. But if you're on the receiving end of a wisp and you get hit and you spin out, obviously your speed goes to 0. But if one of your teammates runs past you through these golden arches by your car, they can do something that's called a Skim Boost, which will bring you straight back up to speed straight away rather than you needing to accelerate from 0, which is really, really handy. A great recovery method if you're getting hit by all kinds of wisps. Now, one of my favorite things, because I wasn't that good at this game, is that the person who is in first leaves a golden trail behind them. And I'm pretty sure that's called the slingshot trail, because the 2 teammates behind can get in that golden slipstream and get a speed boost, which is really cool. And then if you overtake the person that was creating the trail, you get even more of a slingshot boost. So then you can kind of chain it and overtake each other. It's the way you can combo these abilities is crazy. So that's one of my favorites, because I was down back in the lower end of the pack. So being able to follow that golden trail from a good player meant that I could keep up. Now, why would you want to work as a team? Well, first off, your points are all added together. So as I mentioned before, someone who's in first will get the maximum amount of points, but people down 11th or 12th will get the lowest amount of points, and then they're all added together. So if another team ended in the middle of the pack, they're going to have more overall points than you and eventually win. But there is another reason why you want to work together, because the more you work together, the more you build up your team ultimate meter. And when that is full, oh boy, you get quite the advantage. So the more skim boosts you give to other players in your team, and the more wisps you trade, and the more slingshots you do, the more you build up your team ultimate bar. And when you use it, you get this golden boost of energy, so you are faster than everyone else, you are invulnerable to wisps and weapons, and you can also bash into other teams and make them spin out. It's so powerful. And the devs told me that if you're racking up like 2 team ultimates in a race, it's almost impossible to finish badly, because it's just so good. The only way you can build it up is by working as a team, so you have to make sure you're doing that. What other things are in the game? Rings. That's a classic thing in Sonic. So the more rings you collect in this game, the faster you are, but there's no cap on the rings. So you can get like 100 rings and you will have an incredibly good speed boost. But as soon as you get hit by a wisp, all of those are gone and you have to start from 0, back to your normal max speed. What's also cool about this is there is a story mode, so you can play through the story mode, learn about the game, but then when you've completed that and you feel like you've got your skills and your team set and ready, you can take those online. So you can have up to 4 teams of 3 playing online against each other. And if you get these techniques, the skim boosts, the slingshots, the trading of wisps, if you get all of those down to a T, you're going to be able to pull off some crazy combos, big comebacks, and pull off some really big team ultimate moves. Oh, and by the way, something I noticed that is pretty prominent in all Sonic games is that the soundtrack, the level design, and everything is amazing. You've got the real fast, rocky electronica music paired with the crazy neon visuals. And one of the tracks we were flying around in hot air balloons. It was awesome. I don't think there's another racing game out there that has put so much emphasis on team playing. The fact that you can trade items back and help your teammates when things start going wrong can really allow you to create some really cool strategies and techniques. And I don't think that's been done before. It's definitely a first in the racing games. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm a massive Sonic fan. I love all the characters. I'm glad they're bringing some of them back for this game. I'm glad they all have their crazy cars, personalities, and the game looks so slick. And I hope I've got you excited for the game, which comes out on the 21st of May, 2019, this year. So it's not too far away. And it's also coming out on pretty much everything. PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and I'm pretty sure it's coming out on PC as well. So it's out on pretty much everything. You can also check out the link in the description below if you want to check out more about the game. I cannot wait to get my hands on this, and hopefully I've gotten you guys excited about it as well. If you enjoyed this video, then please do leave a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much to Sumo Digital and to Sega as well for hooking me up with the car, with Sonic himself. Pretty mad. And also with early access to the game as well, so I could bring it to you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're brand new as well for more crazy stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Swing wagon, candle, canvas, sofa, fork, rubber band.